What's going on? It's your man, DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy, Millennial T.
You know who it is. This the Angry Artist.
And this is Beyond the Tracks Podcast, your podcaster's favorite podcast.
You know what it is. It's the Angry Artist.
Yep, that's some Gen X type shit right there.
Hey, that's some hating ass shit.
That's some Gen X type shit.
No, that's
right
millennial type shit.
Is it millennial?
No, that's some hating ass shit. That's definitely millennial. That's hating ass shit.
Campers all be, I need to be tougher.
Is that what it is?
Gen X having ass motherfucker.
Gen X motherfuckers is tougher than
We
y'all.
way
fucking-
tougher.
than
Y'all
millennials.
think you tough because y'all ain't getting no hugs when you were growing
I
up,
got plenty of
bro.
hugs. I got plenty of hugs.
From Mike?
No, what it is, we got put on punishment, motherfucker. Y'all motherfuckers got time out.
What are you talking about? I got whippings. And I got sent to the corner after my ass was red.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you ever have to, say, kneel in a corner on some rice?
I ain't never had to do no fuck shit
Lloyd.
like that.
Me either.
You ain't had to do?
No.
See, Matt, bro, I'm telling you, I was abused.
There's a fine line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of other people like beans. They put sprinkled beans down on the floor. You kneel on the beans.
My dad's dad
Ain't no way in hell.
My dad's dad had children for laborers on the farm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's more, yeah.
Men or women, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
He has free labor.
I'm gonna bring something
That's
else.
absolutely true.
I'm gonna bring something else. This is probably for Lloyd because I know better. I know better than you, T. Rupp. It's your soft ass.
Okay.
Getting whipped. Two things. Getting whipped by branches or shit that you had to go pick off the tree yourself.
Go find a switch. I've done
Switch,
that.
That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
Or extension cords. Your turn.
Okay. Well,
I ain't get neither of them.
Well, that's why you so
I'm
fucking soft.
gonna your turn this, Lloyd Soft. We know that.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
got
your
punches from my
turn
cousins.
this because we were an up north family all the time, right? So we didn't have the paddle or the belts up there. We had to go pick a switch, and my bitch ass would always pick dead sticks. And if it was a trash stick, my dad would go find his own.
And beat the hell out of
Oh, yeah.
Oh, one time I played fucking brought him back like a piece of grass that was brown, and he hit me with a big stick. Like a
That's not your fault.
Assault.
He went and got the baseball bat.
Yeah,
But I know this won't break.
but it was a dead stick. Like it was a dead stick. So when he was hitting me with it
broke.
while I was running, it was breaking. It's dude, it was like I was getting fucking.
See, the thing is, I was the
tortured.
good kid. I didn't like getting in trouble. I was smarter than that. Seriously, I didn't like getting in trouble.
I think I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't get very many whippings.
Me either.
You know what I'm saying? It was more. My mom would hit me with a wooden spoon. Whoop-de-whoop. Big deal. I think my dad hit me with a belt maybe twice in my life.
Yeah,
My grandma Lucille, rest her soul.
that was the one.
Woo.
That was the one that got you.
It didn't matter. Whatever she could find. If all she could find was a shotgun, she gonna bust you in the head with the shotgun. Like
Right.
she just
I
don't.
get it.
She
Yeah.
don't give a shit. She didn't give a shit. She's like, oh, you gonna listen.
I
And you
had-
gonna remember this ass whooping.
My grandparents were old school, but they weren't. They were new schooler because they were just happy to have grandkids. They weren't so. When I was younger and annoying, they would be more strict. But when I got older, they were
Yeah.
do whatever.
older
the
than
fuck.
So
Annoying.
I think it's.
I got more annoying.
I would say definitely Gen Xers. I'm not gonna say they took more ass whoopings. They took stronger ass whoopings. They meant more. When you got your ass whooped, there was
Punishment was more.
There was a reason for it.
But the level of respect earned because of that is way different than now. Give me your phone. What does that do?
Yes.
So I want to say something as millennial versus Gen X. Y'all have, I wouldn't say it beat into you, but y'all have respect pretty much beat into you. Not really, but
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna
me
say it wasn't.
Because you guys are more respectful to your
Do you know where that comes
generation.
from?
No.
You know where that comes from? From our Gen X people like us not wanting to be as strict on their kids as they were on them. So they got softer on their kids, which made in turn made y'all more disrespectful.
Way more disrespectful.
Facts. Well, and
And
too,
don't
like,
care. Love is just a word. I
Right.
feel a lot.
It was for me and probably most Gen X people that I know, it was the respect your elder
Yes.
kind of vibe.
Yes.
It didn't
Yes.
matter who it was. It could be Janie that lives down the block from you, or it could be your grandmother. It's the same. If they're both 60, it's the same
that word
exact
was-
I
respect.
seen Janie smoking crack. Like it don't matter.
No, that's facts.
Right, that's fact. I mean,
facts.
but it's also like Lloyd had said one time, I think in a text or something, we were talking about a village. We grew up in that area.
Village.
It did, yes.
And that, I don't know if it's more of a black thing. I don't know if it's more of a white thing. I don't know what it is, but we grew up understanding and knowing where we lived at in the neighborhoods that we lived at. You respected everybody. They respected you. But whatever you needed, I could go to Mrs. Richards' house, and the first thing she said is, "How you doing, baby? You hungry?"
Facts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was like one of those things. Not only did they feed you and nourish you with food, but they fed you and nourished you with knowledge.
The neighborhood was a tribe.
Facts.
Basically.
Yeah. That's a great
You
way
were
to put it.
welcome at every house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you've made it to where you were.
No,
unwelcome.
you're still welcome.
No, you're still welcome.
You got your
might,
ass whooped.
Yeah,
You're
you
still
might get your
welcome.
ass
Okay,
whooped.
okay.
But after you get your ass whooped by whatever,
multiple parents.
Jane down the street.
Yeah.
But after you get that ass whooped, she gonna call your parents, let
And
you
then
know
they're
that
gonna-
she
yeah.
whooped your ass. But then it's gonna be like, now come down, sit down, baby, and let's have something to eat. Let's
Yep.
Yeah.
that's just how
It is.
You're always welcome.
Then
No
you
matter
get
what,
home, your
even when you
dad's
fuck
like,
up.
"Why the fuck Danny call me?
Facts.
I'm finna fuck you up."
Right.
Yep.
Am I-
But she
right.
just gave me meatloaf. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. You're
Am I
still gonna die.
Now I gotta whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Because now you disrespected
Me.
my people.
And
Yeah.
And when you disrespect my people, you're disrespecting me.
Boom.
Yeah.
Ew.
And what happened? And what happened is this generation now, young millennials, don't touch my kid, don't talk to my kid,
Facts.
and that creates a whole nother systemic problem that we didn't have growing up.
So I tell people,
real.
okay, I'm different because I was raised by a Gen Xer and I respect my dad, so I want to be just like my dad because he's a great guy. So I look at it different, but like millennial standpoint, I tell these kids my age, you need your kids to go into sports because you need somebody else to yell at your kids. It can't
Yeah.
just be you yelling
agree
at
with
your
that.
kids.
So, well,
Not yelling,
No,
but
I don't agree with that.
like structure.
I don't agree with
that. Listening to somebody else.
I don't agree with that.
Why?
It comes from home. It all starts at home. You don't do it at home, it don't matter who else does it. They'll never adhere
see.
to it. If you don't do it at home, it will never sink in.
I see.
You can't water a plant once it's this big. You water once it's little, when it's still seedling.
Okay. Yeah.
Make sense?
Yep. So it's built. It's built in too.
Because what's going to happen is that coach or somebody yelling at them, they're going to not take that positively at all. They're going to think they're getting beat up on and getting brutalized for no reason.
You're correct.
I think millennials elevated the verbal, taking things offensively and being verbally abused.
Yes.
Because I can tell you this, R.I.P. Coach Jones.
Ooh.
Coach Jones in 8th grade would cuss you the fuck out. Not in his office, not behind closed doors, in front of everybody. Cuss your ass out. And then dare you to go call your daddy. Go ahead. Go call your mama.
I'm gonna tell him what's up.
You feel what
And
I'm
what's
saying?
going to happen is they're like, you had him cussing at you, what'd you do?
Yeah. Well, why did you make that man cuss? He's a teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what it's like now with the millennials is, oh,
That's respect your elder.
you cussed at my child? You can't be cussing at my child. Now, sweetheart, you say fuck, shit, motherfuck you to your kid all day long, but
You
somebody
tell
else
your
do
kid
it.
to shut the fuck up.
Facts. So yeah, I think I just think the level of respect is different, and then the Gen Zs are, the Gen Zs are even worse.
I think
Like I seen a kid literally tell his mother to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
And I literally was like, you are about to die. And it was, Timmy, you don't speak to me that way. Go in the car.
My mom is 5'2", and I'll tell you for a fact, she will crawl up one side and crawl down the other, whooping my ass the entire time if I told her to. Like, I fuck around and joke and shit like that, and I'm like, I'll say cuss words in front of my mom, but I ain't gonna direct them to her.
Oh, yeah.
Shut the fuck up to my mom.
See,
dude, my
listen,
dad is divorced from my mom. He'll still hit me for that.
But listen, that's what's different. I don't think I cussed in front of my parents until I was probably 25, 26. And I was moved out. And if
I cussed in front of my dad when my mom moved out at 13.
Bro, I remember the first time my family, like my dad's side of the family, see me smoke a cigarette. I was probably close to 30. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I remember it was at my Uncle Jimmy's funeral. And I was stressed. So I went out in the parking lot, I smoked a cigarette, my Uncle Don came out and he was like,
"Fuck you doing?
Boy, what the fuck are you doing?"
You look stupid as hell.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, Unc, I had to get one in because, I'm stressed and this and that, blah, blah, blah." And I threw it on the ground. I threw the cigarette butt on the ground. He said, "Pick that up, field strip." I said, "Field strip it?" I'd never heard that term before. I said, "What's that?" He said, "You take the hots and you squeeze them out and then you put the butt in your pocket. You don't put the butt on the ground. Somebody has to pick that up." I said, "Oh shit, that's facts." You know what I'm saying? So that's the
player. That's That's OG.
No.
That's just respect. It was he wanted me to respect the grounds because boomers, which is me and Lloyd's parents,
yes,
that's how the hell they grew up. It was just like that. You respected everything. Everybody had a job. Everybody had a place. No matter where you was at, you didn't throw no garbage on the street. You didn't do none of that. If you had to, you put that shit in your pocket and you wait till you got home.
Okay.
Facts.
With the respect, because the respect washed out. I can walk outside right now and find 37 cigarette butts on the ground. So the respect washed out, correct? Over the years, the respect has washed out. But like, you notice the things that like washed in. Like, you know how we talk about mental health? And I don't want to get long on this, but I just want to say this. I think that we should look at mental health, but I think it shouldn't be pedestaled the way it is because we're making it the same reason why when they're drug addicts, drug addicts, they say that's a disease. They say this mental illness is a disease. Yes, you suffer from it, but there is so many people that just had a mental breakdown and then go save somebody's life as a paramedic.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's somebody that has a mental breakdown while he's fucking watching somebody gargle blood.
Right.
And he still saves his life and he's having the fucking mental breakdown of his life.
I want Lloyd to touch on this one because I feel like I've been talking too much.
Well, being I'm one of the ones that has to deal with that almost on a daily basis, there is too much emphasis on mental health.
That's what I think. I think we overpower it.
Let me finish. That the fact that, yes, that people do suffer from mental health is a big deal. It has been a big deal for a long time. But people are making it like, oh, let me water this down and take you out of this because you got something wrong with your head. Let me get some money because of you. It's all about money. Sorry, it's about money. It is.
You're right.
Okay.
Money.
I can take that aspect.
But money has been
even
the
at
root
my
of
job. Even at my job, they give us free mental health stuff. Y'all got to pay for it. We ain't paying for it. They're paying for it. Somebody's paying for it.
Yeah.
It's about money.
I think and don't get me wrong, I want to emphasis first. I think it's great that we pay attention to mental health now. I think it's great that we have treatments that are more accessible than have been in the past.
Yes.
But it's also become, and I hate to say this, but I mean it. It's mental health diagnosis and the talk has become a fad.
It's glamorized.
Yeah.
Big time. That's what I was getting to.
It's cool to have trauma. Do you understand what trauma is? It's for something that's fucking you up. And you don't want nothing to fuck you up beyond all recognition so you can come back stronger.
Don't you know ignorant sells?
I didn't want to eat a van.
Right, yeah, I'm saying.
I didn't go out and be like, dude, I need some trauma in my life.
Right.
and I'm just going to have a 5-year recovery. I didn't do that.
Well, it's like, I mean, if you want to get like, because, you know, I'm a nurse. So if you want to get like super deep into the medical aspects of trauma, and I'm talking about trauma, generational trauma, right? Well, people don't understand it makes your cortisol go up. Well, what happens when you have a lot of stress, when you have stuff like this, your cortisol, like you're always in fight or flight mode, right? Especially even more so if you have some kind of mental illness, a bipolar or depression or something like that. So it makes your cortisol go up. Because people understand that like that's what causes heart attacks. So they say, well, why is the cardiac misappropriation, I'll say it that, so high with black people, right? Well, because we have a lot of fucking trauma. We have a lot more trauma in the what do I want to say? In the small amount that we are. I mean, black people are 14% of the country's population, right? That's a very small percentage.
It is.
But they say now that black people have the most heart attacks. They have the most sleep apneas. They have the most this and that. Where it does come, a lot of it does come from the way we eat and how we eat and what we're used to eating.
Stress, though. Stress is
90% of it is probably stress.
Because we're black.
Because we can't get away from it.
That's why.
Yeah, because we can't get away from it.
I'm not going to sit here and...
You can get away from it, but even like not to like go off on the black, white tangent, things like that, but it's also the same with, I feel like that hasn't changed, but you have like kids who are they're having behaviors and they're having this and they go, oh, well, he's ADHD or, oh, he's bipolar or this. But the thing is, they're not. They're just going through some shit.
They're just children, bro.
They're just going through some shit.
They have no idea what they are, dude.
Well, and that's, you know, and we can go back into, like, we can take it into the way it is now. This is more of a Gen Z thing. Gen Z / millennial, but it's like the whole, I don't want to say, I'm going to say it, glorifying homosexuality or quote, transitioning.
You know what that is? That's another fad.
Kind of thing, right?
Just like how mental health, oh my God, I'm traumatic, I'm traumatized. Just like that, I'm gay now.
Call me them.
Call me them, because I don't want to be he or she.
Right.
That's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. It's like when the fucking Jordans came out. First motherfucker that had them Jordans was the coolest kid in your school.
No matter what.
First motherfucker to be.
No matter what.
Yeah. But that's it. The fad now is you got to be wanting. You have to be fluent between both genders.
Do you though?
Do I?
I don't want. I mean, you would be an ugly bitch.
I'm just saying though. I'm not recognizing like facts. One day at work, we got a big talking to about a guy that was transitioning. We can't call him whatever anymore. I'm like, huh? So I get on the elevator, go downstairs. It's in the elevator. I'm trying not to stare, but dude came in the day before. He had beard, you know.
Right.
Dude.
Right.
Today, earrings, makeup, eyebrows arched, shaven, pink hard hat, pink hair. I'm like, dude, I seen you yesterday.
Well, and that's the thing too.
Yesterday,
it's the quick transition like that is it's shocking.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. It's shocking. People have to understand that. Like, I've gotten to arguments with my children. I've gotten to arguments with people because I refer to somebody as a she that now wants to be called him. Well, you've been a she for 20 years of your life that I've known you. So I can't just automatically flip that switch. I just can't. I try to be respectful, but sometimes I just can't, right? And if you're saying that your name is Bob and you got titties and a fat ass, I'm probably gonna call you a she. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not being disrespectful.
Hey, yo, bitch.
No, you're right.
I'm not
You're
being disrespectful.
Right.
That's just my immediate response, right? Because that's just normal to me.
That's
as a
just
Gen
what
Xer,
it comes off. But I call everybody dude, no matter what. You can be.
Well, see, and that could be offensive.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. Oh, wrong. You here? Peel that layer back. So when that person dies and they do their test of who they were at the skeleton 20, 30 years in the future, might say Bob on the tombstone. that skeleton gonna say Sheila.
What? But I think you know
about that.
That's very Gen X of you.
Yeah,
No, that's real. That's real though.
But it's
It
also
is.
That's very real.
It's also one of those things where
Confuse the fuck out of somebody.
like you have to understand too. Like we can say all this. It's about respect.
It
Like
is.
we talked about Gen X has a different type of respect for their elders. Millennials and Gen Z do not. It's not the same.
It's not.
I
And
have
so-
no argument towards that.
And
Zero.
so it's one of those things where we have to go, we're trying to be respectful. But like Lloyd said, you can't come in here on Monday and as a
Can't be
dude,
Bob and then come
Right.
up Tuesday Sheila.
Yeah, that's exactly
you
what
can't do
happened.
that.
it's
to me.
the same thing. Like
Exactly what happened.
You can't come in here with damn near a bald head on Monday and then braids down to your ass on
Dude.
Wednesday and convince me that is your hair.
Lloyd's
You-
my
you
good
can't.
friend, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
I don't know about good friend. He's
This-
been kind of ghost lately.
Right. This motherfucker comes in with his hair in some space buns and a fucking short skirt, a little pencil dress or whatever. I'm gonna cook his ass, and I love him, and I love him, and I love him. You know, I seriously love this man like
get
he's
it.
my family.
I get it.
But I'm gonna cook him until he does cry, and then I'm gonna laugh harder because you're my like.
That's
If you come in fully bearded, name's Henry, and you come in Sheila,
The next
like
2
the
days?
eyebrows shaved
Next 2
and
days?
shit like that, I'm gonna be like, the fuck happened?
that was my
The
initial
fuck
response.
happened in one day?
It's the
And then HR is gonna be on Lloyd's ass because he's gonna be like, the fuck is this? Who the fuck you turned into a go-go bitch? What the fuck is you know? And
you ain't even got a booty like that.
but
Did I
I'm
take it
gonna
too far?
dog
I took it too far, didn't I?
the
Would you get a BBL though?
BBL.
I think you.
But
He already growing that hair out. Go and shake that hair like you did before we started
What are we
recording.
talking about? What are we talking about?
yeah.
Go and flip them dreads.
I was
player.
talking about.
What's
the
my
song's called "Shake Them Dreads." Actually, a song.
what's my man name that just came home from prison and they was talking all that shit?
Oh,
he was
BG.
BG. Yeah, flip it like BG because he's still a gangster. Oh, now you don't want to flip it. Okay,
Hey.
it's all right. It's all right. That's
I
my
got
man.
a
I
good
love you.
page to turn. What
So-
about?
I was going to say, go ahead. Yeah, turn the page. Let's go.
So, what about my non-working, never wanting to work generation to your I can't stop working. I will work until the day that I die.
I think you're going to be shocked on. I think you're going to be shocked on my response to that.
Oh, God.
But go ahead,
I feel like
because I can tell Lloyd Jr. Lloyd Sr. is about to come out.
so we can't find a motherfucker to work because the workforce around my age, nobody wants to pick up a hammer. Nobody wants a ladder. Nobody wants none of that shit. And everything, I've never seen help wanted so much in my life right now. Maybe because after COVID and everybody got that little stimmy and don't want to go work, but there's more people that are unemployed that I know, like my age, that are not, or that are employed and have good careers and shit. Motherfuckers want to get drunk and fucking have a job for 2 months and then, go to the next one.
Go ahead, Lloyd, because
What's up, Lloyd?
you over there getting ready to have a stroke.
because me personally, I got connections within the trades, right? I get calls all the time from people like you, millennials. Hey, can you give me the trade? You give me this. Right now, my cousin Art's got 3 of his boys working in the trades. How old is it? Maybe 18?
Yeah, probably.
And let me see. Roshan is what, 24 maybe? Something like that? Mm-hmm. So I blew a hole in your theory already.
Not really.
No, I'm saying because
Not really, but
I'm getting way more than what he's saying, me personally. So if it's just me getting that much, what's another guy getting? What's the other guy getting?
listen.
what's the other guy getting?
No, in general.
Hold on one second.
I'm doing a general
I
point
just
too.
want to say, like, I have a millennial mindset when it comes to that now
Not me.
at 52, and I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
No, see, what they see is what me and their dad got. What everybody else sees is what we got. We're able to go make all this money, what we call legal drug money.
Legal drug money.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Legal drug money. We bring home that kind of money, and they're like, "Oh, I ain't got to risk my life and risk my jail time to go do this." They tell their boys, they tell their boys, they tell their boys, they tell their boys, and the other people get on, and people get on. Like, yep. And it's becoming a freaking. I like it actually. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to point people in the right direction.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I didn't
You found a group of hungry young men. That's what I feel like.
my perspective is think about it. If I'm just using me as an example. So if I'm getting that, what's my brother getting? What's my other brother getting? You see what I'm saying?
No.
There's always more people coming in.
I agree and disagree.
But I mean,
Who
agree.
is like you that wants to get people to have what they have?
the ones they're talking to.
Well, this is
See, Gen X. We don't care about that.
woo.
We don't care about
Peel it back for this motherfucker.
No, Gen X. Think about it. We don't care about you getting on. Y'all care about people getting on, getting better than y'all.
We do, and that's bad.
I don't care. I want to see you doing good. I want to see him doing good.
It
don't affect me.
And millennials would rather see themselves do better than you do good. Period.
Boom.
Okay. I agree with that 1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. Now, let me tell you the good part of the millennials' thought process. It's more the younger millennials versus the older millennials, right? Is this. Why should I go and work for this company when they're making millions and millions and sometimes billions and trillions of dollars?
And I'm making $1.
And I'm making, whatever, $100,000 a year. I'm making them rich, right? So let's just say, oh, I can do this and I can do this and I can make whatever, let's say $75,000, but it's all me, right? I'm making this money. I'm not. You feel what I'm going, where I'm going with this? Mm-hmm. So I think millennials are more entrepreneurial. Did I say that right? Entrepreneurial.
Wants to get it themselves.
Well, it's not even about getting it themselves. It's how can I? Their mindset is how can I start this business so I don't have to work so hard.
No, it's not that either.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
It's more than that. It's more to it.
I'll break it down.
But they don't understand.
Because you already said it. You literally said it. Well, I'm making this man all this money. I'm only making this. Once again, it comes back to why I'm get him better than me. He can make the exact same thing.
Yes,
but it's also
that's true.
But listen, it's also the thought process of at least myself. I feel like I'm a Gen Xer, so I was taught to go to school, get a good job, take care of your family, work until you're 65, then you can retire, then you can do whatever it is you want to do. Yep. Right? Millennials are more. How can I get this money now? The problem with millennials is they're spending it up. They're getting all this money and they're spending it up on to front. Also, right, to front and to look, I got Jordans, I got this. Whereas if you take a millennial's attitude with a Gen Xer's mentality, then guess what? We can solve generational wealth in one generation.
Isn't that what I'm doing right now?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly what I'm doing.
For sure. So it's a combination.
Yes. What it truly takes, that stability, to have something coming in while you're building this over here. Right. You can't build about stability.
And I think the only difference with millennials is you have millennials that are, they're raised by Gen Xers. So they go to college for 4 years for a degree that means absolutely nothing. Just to tell mom and dad I went to college. They pretty much party their whole 4 years of college, right? Then they come out and then they stay with mom and dad until whatever, mom and dad dies, leaves them some money. Now they take this money and invest it. So it's a win-win situation for them is what they see. But it's a combination of both. I think there are a lot of millennials out there that are starting new businesses. They're starting their own shit and saying, listen, if I'm going to work 80 hours a week, I'm going to do it for myself. I'm not going to do it for whatever, JR Construction Company.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
You're going to do it for Tyler Construction.
There's levels to it.
There is.
Because
and some people think, but some people think that it's easy. So I can just, I'm just going to do this. Yes. And what happens is you have a group of millennials who start 25 businesses and never make a dollar on any of them, but they look successful because they have 25 businesses.
I got something great
Right?
to say. Exactly what you were saying. We see it. It is right in literally in front of our faces. All these people, I don't want to give the man money.
You ain't got to call out no names.
The man.
Because there's a million. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But now we don't want to give the man money. We're going to do it all of ourselves.
And
But
don't
do
how to
you know?
it.
Do you know what that man had to do?
That's what I'm getting at.
That man started fucking making a pencil in his gosh darn garage while his wife was bitching at him the entire time.
Yeah.
And now he's the number 2 pencil guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I totally
And
get
now, and what he did is he grinded in that garage for so many fucking hours that it's these motherfuckers just, I'm going to name a fucking business and I'm going to be rich. And 6 years later, it's a hobby.
It's bro, I literally.
Correct?
Listen.
Facts. Absolute facts.
My accountant just told me, he put some shit in perspective for me. I have a DJ service.
Yep.
Right? I've had it since 2007.
Sure have.
I've either wrote off a loss or broke even every year. Right? And he said, Mike,
This shit his pants?
he says, you have to change because you're every year you're losing tax breaks because you're not showing any profit. And I said, okay. In my head, that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Right.
And he was like, so the IRS is going to go, this is no longer a business. It's just a hobby.
Yep.
So we're not going to recognize it as a business. And I'm just like, oh shit. I said, well, and I broke some stuff down. I said, well, last year, blah, 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 I did this, started a new job. He goes, I don't really care. He goes, do what you got to do. If you want to continue this business, make money. He was like, it's extra money. So if you got to pay a little bit more taxes on it, pay the taxes and establish yourself as a real business.
That's
and
true.
I was like, oh shit. But that also brings me to the point of millennials, right? They think that they can go out, spend $300, get an LLC. They can write everything off. They can go out to lunch with their friends and they can write that off. And they can buy a pair of Jordans and they can write that off. It's part of the uniform. No, bro, you got to work for this shit. Like this shit. And so now, like I'm working on a project now because I do have a better mentality of business. This is going to be my second year working on this business plan. You feel what I'm saying? It takes that kind of shit because I don't want to get any money. I don't want to invest my money anymore. That's not going to make some money.
Guess what? You know the 2 years of thinking you put into that business? Get the business, start it off. You're going to be fucking trying your fucking ass off for 3 years at least, if it does good, until you start making real money.
Well, that's a mighty Gen X thing for you to say.
Listen,
Facts.
listen, I came at you today as a millennial because that is when I was born.
Right.
I was raised by a village. My village happened to be 2 large families when my mom and dad got married, and then their friends and their kids. So we had a village. Maybe we didn't live because we all lived out in the country. We still had a village. Those were people I could go to that were so I was raised Gen X to the core, but I do understand some of the shit because now look at the trauma that us Gen Xers have, or not, no, us millennials. I'm sorry, man, get your old ass out of here.
I'm like, you're not in the club? You not in the club?
I was at school, young kid, and I watched the Twin Towers go down, right?
Me too.
And
How's that work?
you were at school or work?
Work.
Okay.
But I was newer in my career.
Okay. Because I was young. I was a young kid. And all this, like the social media and the internet and being able to do this opened up a lot. It opened up a lot of information.
Great transition.
Now, like, I really believe, like, I'm not trying to start conspiracy, but I believe that George Bush had something to do with trying to get us to fight the Middle East.
And you know what?
Now, I don't want to get deeper. I don't give that many fucks about it. But yes, but it's still the fact that we've been, the aliens get proven, these, I'm not trying to be a fucking left or rightist or nothing, but these fake diseases every time every time a big election comes up, it's a fake disease comes out that everybody's gonna die. This shit that's happening to me, I don't give a fuck what the government says. To me as a millennial, fuck out of
most
here.
Millennials give
everything
no
you
fucks
guys
about the
have said and everything you guys have done is either came out as a lie, bullshit, something, and really everybody's like, your whole life's gonna change now that Trump's president. Nothing changed. Biden's old ass got in. Nothing changed. My life is fine. Okay, food's a little bit more expensive. I'll bitch about that, but I'm still living. I'm T-Rupp, daddy. Still today, T-Rupp with President fucking Biden, President Bush, President Trump. I'm still Tyler, motherfucker. It never changes.
Yeah. But you know what? That's a great transition because like you talked about social media, things like that. Like Gen Xers, we grew up like the start of personal computers. You know what I mean? Like my grandkids, they have zero concept of not having a cell phone at 5, having
a tablet at 1,
a computer, you know what I'm saying, in every household. Like if you don't have a computer in your household right now, something's wrong with you.
You're doing something.
No, you're not even broke. You're in a cult. Something's got to be wrong.
Where Katie go, Uncle Computer, Uncle Computer.
Yeah, I mean,
his grandson would try to come. Ooh, my computer. He was freaking out.
But the thing is, like,
that a PC?
We didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like we Gen Xers grew up in that age. Like, so it was pencil, paper. It was reading the newspaper. It was very limited media outlets. You feel what I'm saying? And the media outlets it depended on who the media was.
Your media outlet was Lloyd's mom telling you shit.
It was just trusted, right? Because we didn't know any better. Now you got a million different ways to fact check stuff. It doesn't matter what you search. If you're searching something in your little box, something's gonna come up. I can literally search something right now and go, all black people are gonna die by the year 2035.
There's four articles on it right now. Yep.
Right. I'll guarantee it.
And another thing.
Lloyd is getting ready to stroke out over
here. Before you stroke out.
He biting his lip. I think he might have peed on himself. I don't know.
I can go on most of these news networks and fact check them in real time and literally see the wrong in it.
Do you know what you are now? A sheep.
What does that mean?
The news is corrupted. They give you what you want, what they think you want to hear.
But it's always been that way.
No, I'm not saying, but now it's easier accessible. They can influence more people.
Oh my fucking God. Through social media.
They can influence more people with more bullshit. Before, they couldn't influence us. Like, if it had been before social media, Trump wouldn't have won. He would not have won.
Swear to God, I promise you.
He would not have won.
You're saying
I agree with Lloyd.
You're saying if it wasn't for social media, Trump wouldn't have won.
Because of the way they skewed things and people out there think about if you got people out here saying, "Ooh, Trump this," and 10,000 people are doing it, bandwagoners.
If it wasn't,
let me finish. Bandwagoners. Think about that. When our boy, Mr. Saxophone guy,
Bill Clinton,
won twice in a row, we had this shit because it was legit. We saw he proved who he was. He held his space and did it and kept doing it. Ooh. Biden got fans, not supporters. Stop playing with me.
No,
Trump got fans.
I mean, we said that we weren't going to talk politics.
I'm saying, but
we said we weren't going to talk politics. But I'm just going to make one quick statement, and then I want to move on.
Okay.
Biden got in office because the masses, what they say, didn't want Trump in office. So it didn't matter who ran. Yes. It could have been a person.
I agree.
If the Democratic Party said, Joe Balestri, or not Joe Balestri, that's my man.
What?
Joe Blow, I was gonna say Joe Blow.
Yeah.
Right.
Is gonna. That's
won.
our nomination. He would have won. Oh, I never heard of this guy before. He would have won.
He's not Trump.
Obama was kind of the same way. The first term, Obama was gonna win regardless because they supported him. He was articulate. He was black. He was,
but he wasn't too black.
Let him finish.
And I was gonna say, but he wasn't super black, and he did have a record for helping his community. But that's what black politicians do.
It is.
They do it more than white politicians.
They make sure that their community is tight. That's how we start.
It is.
You know, as far as I mean, I'm the same way. I'm into politics here in Monroe. I'm getting deeper and deeper and deeper. But it's because I don't give a fuck about the presidential race. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about that. What are y'all doing on 4th Street? What just happened over here on 8th Street?
You know what you're trying to do?
Fix up 3rd Street? What are y'all doing to fix up Monroe Street? What businesses are coming in that's going to help support?
You know what you're trying to do?
I'm listening.
Instead of worrying about what the mass is going through, you're worrying about your village.
Yeah,
so
because I don't care.
Everything
I'm a Gen
around
Xer.
you is okay, right?
Right.
That's your tribe.
I tell people all the time, I don't give a fuck about the country.
Yep.
I care about Monroe County. That's what I care about right now. Monroe County.
Specifically where I'm at.
Right.
Specifically.
Yes, if I lived in Florida in whatever, Dade County, I'm concerned about Dade County.
Yep. And that's it, because I'm fucking here. If something happens here and it's now a new thing, that happens directly to Tyler.
Yep. But
son of a bitch.
But now let's talk about millennials, because and I said I'm going to get off the political thing, but millennials are social media junkies.
Facts.
It's about what looks better. If I'm a Trump, should I be a Trump supporter right now? Because he's fire. He's fire.
You're proving my point even more.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, fans.
But if people,
Fans.
everybody, you know what? Biden won that election because Kamala Harris came out in some fucking pearls and some Chuck Taylors.
Boom.
And I'm going to say it, fuck her. She ain't did shit since she been in office. I voted for Biden because I thought she was going to make a difference. I knew he wasn't going to make a difference.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't going to make a difference. Yeah. But I thought she would make a difference. And
was
she's,
that a sheep move?
Do you know that? No. Do you know that she has done less as a vice president? Google it, people. Than any other president in the last 50 or vice president in the last 50 years. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and move on.
So, social media equates fans. Next.
Yep. Facts. Millennial shit. Gen. You can't even say Gen Z.
It's not a political race. It's a who has more fans.
Yeah. Who has more likes?
We blew his head open just now.
Who has more likes?
Think about that.
Y'all got me. Listen, y'all got me about to get divorced and out here like fucking dude. I don't like millennials.
Fuck them. No. And you know the thing is, we're talking this now. We're having a debate about Gen Xers versus millennials versus boomers versus Gen Z versus Gen A, all that stuff, right? But realistically, there's some good in all generations. There's something to pull out from every generation.
Okay, so now since we got a little bit ratchet, I'll bring it back and I'll say this last thing. This is what I want to say. Just like Lloyd was saying, he found a good few millennials that, want to work real good. Gen Zers too, 18 years old. Those motherfuckers are Gen Zer, So there's diamonds in the rough everywhere.
Yes.
There's baby boomers that are still just outstanding people, and it's all learned. So it's like I said, I'm still a Gen X-ish because that's how I was raised. That respect that you guys, there was more respect back then that gets passed down. So it's so diluted right now that there's a lot of people, we keep fucking,
It ain't about that. It ain't about that.
But that respect is getting diluted, and you're going to have a diamond in the rough. Say you got 40 of us and I'm the kid with 15 face tattoos, but I have the best morals.
I am that 1 in 10,000.
The 1 in 10, you know, so there's good in every single fucking thing in the world.
For sure.
And
Like, there's good black people. There's good white people.
There's
There's
good-
bad
yes.
black people. There's bad white people.
Yep.
There's good Hispanics. There's,
Yep.
you know. You
And
go
nobody's
on.
worse
That's just
than
the way
anybody.
it is. We're people first.
Nobody's worse or better than anybody. We're just that's the thing is you're not better than me because you're Gen X. I'm not better than you because I'm a millennial.
Right.
I don't, you know, maybe I give more hugs to my friends. Maybe,
Don't talk like that no more. It's weird.
you know, but you know, and like, it's just, I think we're losing the fact of what humans were. We're compassionate animals. That's why we are so, you know, we're smart and compassionate. That's why we are so advanced to where we are. But I think these generations are diluting the compassion.
What you're diluting is structure.
Well, I think
That too.
Structure.
You know, I'll just, because I know we're going to end here pretty soon. So I just want to kind of say that, like, we started out this subject matter and topic basically as a debate, right?
We started off hot. We were yelling and
but
shit.
That's the whole. That was the whole point
Yep.
of it. And what I want to end with is kind of, I want people to really understand, like, we had a good creative debate.
Yep.
But it's just like everything else. There are great people and there are pieces of shit. And
It don't matter
that's in
how
all
old.
generations.
That's everything.
So the thing is, for the millennials who, you know, are on their grind and they're doing what they're supposed to do, me as a Gen X, I appreciate you. You know, and just like, but I'm going to say it like this. I'll use this as an example. It might resonate, it may not, right? But just because you own a camera doesn't mean you're a photographer. Just because you throw paint on a canvas doesn't mean you're an artist.
Lloyd.
Just because you spit a couple bars in your car with your friends doesn't mean you're a rapper. Just because you have a turntable doesn't mean you're a DJ. All of that shit takes work, time, effort, and energy. And if you're not willing to put out that time and energy and effort and all the things that go along with it, then stop.
Then start working for the man.
Listen, you can't be. You're not a businessman if you have an LLC.
You're a hobbyist.
What it is what I've learned is, like, for example, I'm not a businessman. I'm self-employed because if I don't work, I don't get paid.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Fuck. My hours are worth money. That's smart.
And on top of what he says, everything he said makes total sense. You can't do anything without structure.
yeah,
You got to have a plan to get from A to B. You can't just go from A to Z and think you're gonna win.
you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna be a YouTuber.
You can't just show up at the letter F.
No, you can't. You got to grind.
It has to go to A. You have to take steps.
You got to grind.
Yes.
How long I've been painting and stuff, Mike?
Since I've known you, really. I mean, honestly, like,
So think about that.
like I think the first time I seen you actually painting something, or not even painting, I think like you were deep into, I think, with some fucking crayons.
Yeah.
But you were shading and doing different shit that kids didn't do.
Yeah.
You were making sure you stayed well in the lines.
Right.
So yeah.
perspective-wise.
So you've been an artist your whole life, but
And-
it took time,
Bobby,
effort,
50 years
energy.
old.
Yeah.
50 years old. Just now getting recognition.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
50 years old.
That's 50 years
As a Gen
of
X,
work.
we wait.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah.
50 years of work.
It doesn't take. You got, and that was a plan. That was a deep plan. I got veered off the plan, but guess what? I came right back to it,
Yes.
and it's still working.
Yes.
Stay the course. Do the work.
You never stopped, though. You
Hey.
still did a little.
Yeah.
Did a
the course.
little.
And I mean, and you know, I can go back and say, well, how long have I been a DJ? I mean, shit. I was DJing
Forever.
Ham's parties at his house on Cash Street.
On Cash Street.
You know what I'm saying? I was DJing over here. Like, I might only had a dual tape deck and something
You was
else,
doing it.
but you know what I'm saying? I remember doing repeats and scratches on tape players, bro.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah.
so, and now I'm just now like taking it to another level, making money and I can do what the fuck I want to do. But
Right.
yeah, and it's gonna be the same. So,
Death.
you know what? Before we get out of here, man, let's you know, I want to get back to saying some positive feedback and positive quotes. I'm gonna let T-Rupp go first because you about to get in trouble.
A positive feedback is the generational shit that we were talking about today. Don't judge somebody by the generation they come from, by the place that they came from. Judge them by who they present themselves to you.
Facts.
Try to don't look at the cover of the book and just be like, we've said it a million times, but that's real. Just because you're a Gen X doesn't mean that you think less of me or more of me or whatever. And just because, you know, like I respect my elders, but like, don't fuck with me. I won't fuck with you.
Facts. Lloyd, hit me.
Hey, plan, do the work, reap the benefits. Period.
Boom. I like it. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna use a quote from Eric Thomas, who is one of my mentors, who is a guy that I respect wholeheartedly, and it's real simple. He says, you either do what is hard and succeed, or you do what is easy and live in mediocrity.
Woo! Love it.
So with that being said, it's your man DJ Big Mike.
And it's the Angry Artist.
And T-Rupp had to bounce, but peace out. Go to work, people. Go to work.
Gas to work.